I use their razors to shave my pubes and my face, so they don't really have any right to say anything.
Contender for like advertisement of the year.
Controversy.
Hey guys, today we're in Lafayette, Louisiana, and we're gonna go around the local mall and ask people for their opinion on the new Gillette commercial.
Let's do it.
I feel like it has a really important message that is super critical right now with everything going on in current society, that it's important for kids and guys and old men to realize that stuff that goes on, that used to go on, is not okay anymore. Gillette is a men's brand, and guys can't really handle being threatened. So it works out, or the whole point of it being so controversial is that it's something that they hold close to them that they're going to have to deal with also changing. Do people accept the Me Too movement here?
Yeah.
Not really.
No.
I mean, it's the South. It's conservative and it's stuck. But every day people move on and learn more. And that's what these commercials are about, is just to learn more about what you can do to change things.
You don't mind them just making money from your emotions?
No, yeah, I mean, all brands that do Me Too or like gay rights or allies or like hang flags half-mast, if it's a brand, then it's doing it to get your sympathy. So, but it's important to, I don't know, if it's going to make people think twice about letting things happen, then that's something you have to consider.
Tragic. It's just hard to deal with. I mean, who wants to watch something like that? It's a lot of men, first of all. You know what I'm saying? I understand. I guess it's a razor commercial. They're trying to sell razor blades, but who watches a commercial to buy razor blades? Don't you just go in the store and buy razor blades? You forget what the commercial's about. You know what I'm saying? You eventually, you just caught up in the whole, especially when they show the Terry Crews thing, it's too much. It's too much. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, so I just think it's way too much to be putting on TV as a commercial.
As a man, do you feel personally victimized by this commercial? They're basically pointing fingers and saying all men need to clean up their act. And how do you feel about that?
Tragic. Nah, I don't feel like that. But it's as me watching it, I would have turned the channel. It's too much men, especially when they show all the men in the barbecue. Killed me. Yeah, it's too much. Nobody gonna get this message because nobody gonna pay attention to a Gillette commercial that in detail. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Think of the Old Spice commercials, stuff like that. You want something simple. You know what I'm saying? Something simple like that. You don't want this too much in detail. And they choosing sides.
This commercial on YouTube has 1 million downvotes. Why do you think that is?
Controversy. That's why, the controversy. It's gonna make people go look at it. I told you, I saw it on one of the talk shows in the break room where I work at. So I saw them talking about it, but I never saw it. So when you showed me it was a Gillette, I was like, oh, yeah, they didn't talked about this already. So yeah, just off the controversy alone is gonna make people watch it. That don't mean they gonna really look at it and be like, oh, I need to stop doing this. It's not gonna give that message to people.
It's pretty honest.
Do you feel like all men are being attacked by it?
They are pretty much attacking them. I think not all men are like that.
It shows how guys just take things for granted, especially when it comes to women, and people need to change that. It's all based off of a look, and you want to give a positive image whenever you're meeting someone or just out in public. So you don't want to seem like a douchebag, so clean up.
I don't think it doesn't look like a razor commercial, but it's a good message.
So we have a lot of folks we ask, right? And then they say that it's a good message, but as a man, I feel a little bit personally attacked. Did that ever come across to you?
No.
Not at all.
Mm-mm. I don't let anybody influence what I believe.
Right.
I don't see it being pushed down my throat or anything. I think everybody deserves a right to their own opinion.
Right.
I just don't want to be told what to believe and what not to believe, and I'll believe what I believe, and I stick to my religious beliefs, and I try not to let the outside stuff influence me. anybody can have an opinion in America, right?
Right.
And they have the right to voice that opinion, and they have a right to suffer the consequences or reap the consequences of their beliefs and how they view it. So
The initial thoughts, I've seen this before and I've heard other people's opinions. My biggest thing is there is toxic masculinity going around in America a lot, but I think a lot of people misinterpret regular masculinity for toxic masculinity. Here's the problem. Men have to be men. We got to teach our boys to be men. We can't sissify them, you know? So I think the biggest problem right now is just that the feminists, man, they're effing everything up. I mean, like, we're just trying to sit here. We're trying to be men. But they're holding us back, especially in schools. That's a whole other subject that I don't want to go into. Toxic masculinity, bad. Masculinity, no, that's perfectly fine. Just be a man, be a boy. Whenever boys fight, let them fight it out. Whenever a man does something bad, he has to bear the consequences, but don't blame every other man for such thing. Yeah. No, I think it's just a Gillette commercial. Gillette, they effed up, man. I've seen it before. Shout out to Pew News. It's hard to say why it got 1 million downvotes because I couldn't really hear it in here. It's been a while since I watched it, but I think it just got 1 million downvotes because people get offended by everything on the internet nowadays, man. There's really not much more to say about that. I think it's stupid. I use their razors to shave my pubes and my face, so they don't really have any right to say anything. They are a Gillette company there for shaving body parts, not for political views.
It was different. I haven't seen anything like that before. A lot of the females in there were trying to cause a lot of problems, it looked like. Well, not all men are the same. Like, me personally, I wouldn't know because I'm not into men, but yeah.
But I'm sure you have an opinion on men.
Yeah, I have a lot of really cool guy best friends, and they aren't always like that. They're like really, really cool, regardless on gender. It doesn't matter to me. It's just, I don't like how people look at men sometimes. Like, they always think they're like after one thing, and they're not.
I haven't really seen any commercials, especially like directed towards men, that have such like empowering like message. So I thought that was cool, especially for such like a little commercial, like, you know, a razor. I also think that the commercial, it's like, since it's directed towards more like coming of age type thing, you know, like boys get razors, or, you know, men, like older people, it's not really, you know, for, I don't know, like younger. I mean, it can be for younger audience. Obviously it's a commercial, but still I think it's good that it's out there.
I loved the video, and I thought it was very empowering, especially for like younger children, like especially boys, like so they can understand that it's not okay to treat women a certain way. Maybe one day, like, it's spreading awareness early instead of later in life, when they can make their like own decisions and they can choose correctly instead of like the wrong ones. It should have a positive impact on a lot of people because you don't see that very often. You don't see a very like commercials directed towards men. You usually see them directed towards women, and like they're trying to make women look a certain way, and it's just empowering to see that they're trying to make a change, especially for young boys. I think like if we look past that a big corporation is like trying to sell a product, like you can see like an underlying meaning towards it, and it'll make a bigger impact, especially like you said, like emotionally with people. Like you want to connect to people's emotions. You want people to like understand that like there are other things that like are going on and like except for like trying to just buy a product. For me, like I thought like the commercial's amazing, but like I didn't really focus like on the razor part of it. Like I thought of more like socially, like globally, like how that would impact people, like instead of how razors would impact people. If that makes any sense.
So you're basically saying corporations can make money and do good at the same time.
Yeah, exactly.
Advertisement of the year, because I really appreciate the type of message they're invoking across the nation. Men really do need to hold each other accountable, and I really appreciate that type of conversation they're bringing forth with the Terry Crews and the Me Too movement. And I just think it's undervalued and underappreciated, and they're really taking the next step forward to be more progressive and set up our youth. I got little brothers and little sisters, and I show them the same stuff they were showing in that advertisement every day, and I just try to be a positive role model and live my life and treat others with respect. I don't think they have an agenda to like, men are evil, we need to change them. It's only a small percentage of men actually being this like aggressive and stuff towards women. But if we can change that one small percent, it'll mean volumes for the rest of everybody. 1 million downvotes, I mean, that just goes to show how, like, weirdly structured our society is. Like, that we can't see a positive message and think positively about it. We have Trump as our president. Some people enjoy it. He's done good stuff for the economy and whatnot. And that's another example right there. 1 million downvotes. That's like, it's saddening. It makes people lose faith in humanity. They need to keep doing stuff like that, and we'll see progress going forward.